Good evening, students. Good evening, students.
Good evening.
The subject of tonight's study, a young woman who, at the age of pubescence, loses the attention of her father, just when her own adoration should naturally turn towards a proper suitor. As a result, the incessant yet fruitless search for the love of a man she can never own. So, you are here to observe. Let us begin. You are not calm. Huh? Does this mean that our 3 previous sessions about your dream have not been helping?
I'm tired of lying down. My back aches. My husband wronged me by making me come here. I was perfectly honest to him about my extramarital affair.
Are the ideas of love and suffering inseparable to you, Elizabeth? Huh?
Help me! The reason I'm here is...
Let us review your dream again, huh? Over there. Over there. Sit. What's away? Now, during our last 3 interviews, you described a dream in which a church had gone to ruin in your native Ireland. This church was being ravaged by pronounced pro-Nazi sympathizers who were torturing Jewish prisoners inside this church, huh?
I could have run those Nazis into the shitter, in polite language, and taken one of those young Jews as my lover. But in the dream, I got shot to smithereens instead. Oop, I heard you drop it. Hope I didn't upset you, Dr. Freud.
Yet, from this dream of your execution, you were able to create a wonderful short story.
I'm not interested in how my dreams influence my writing. I'm here to discuss my love affair.
Charles hasn't delivered you any telegram or writing concerning divorcing his wife, has he? Do you wish to read it to me, huh?
He refuses a divorce, and his wife refuses to give him a divorce.
You see, the onset of enlightenment surely involves the bewilderment of how something good can become bad. Is Charles now a typical man? Is he no longer the handsome diplomat of superhuman strength he once was?
Charles executed me in church.
To smithereens yet, huh? And he's lying to you about divorcing his wife enables you to fantasize about killing him. Of course, it's so good.
I suppose. But imagine cutting me down in full view of my concentration camp family.
Who represent you as a victim, as the neglected other woman caught up in a painful love triangle.
Ego aside, I'm in full ache now. And she's doing all this to me by her reaction to last night's telephone call to him.
What did Charles say to you?
No, that I'm insane, emotional, creating a scene, blah, 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 by calling him in the middle of the night.
Each married couple holds on to their own psychological agreement, in a way. They prepare for the unconscious us against you, no matter how often they try to deny it.
You mean that subconsciously they're ganging up on me? I knew it!
Couples are their own fortress. Are you prepared to let them go?
No, that's the reason I'm here. I need your aid in helping me accept 3 worlds. My world with Charles, my world with my husband, Charles, and his wife's world.
This is intolerable to you? Is it unbearable for you to accept yourself living in these 3 worlds?
I need a cigarette.
You must. Go ahead and begin.
All this about me wanting a cigarette going back to me wanting to share my mother's breast milk? No good. My mother didn't even like it.
Oh, really?
My father. He had a nervous collapse when I was a young girl. That is why I smoke excessively.
Perhaps. Or this could just be another way of you compensating for the guilt of your marriage that brought you here.
Guilt. Ours is no garden variety of marriage, Dr. Freud. I want Charles, desperately. And I'm miserable.
Yes, and...
Sure, he returns to me. But then there's always her waiting for him to return home to Canada, where she can wash his clothes.
Well, I recall last week you told me that Mrs. Black only used Charles for her own social ranking and that she couldn't care less about his affairs and that you could never count on him divorcing her under such circumstances.
Pity me. I'm a middle-aged wife, caught up in a torrid love affair for years. I love a man with all my soul, and he'll have it no other way but his.
And so, can you take his lack of commitment to you any more than his wife doting on him?
Dr. Freud, do you believe in love? I mean, passionate love.
While we all associate the excited emotional state of love with happiness, it often leads to our downfall.
We pay for it, you mean?
You see, at the height of love, the boundaries between the ego and the id, they begin to melt away, and a state of bliss occurs. Against all senses, the man in love will declare that the I and the you are one in the same, and he will be prepared to behave as if this were a fact.
I'll win, if she lets him
Win,
go.
win. One wins international literary prizes, Elizabeth. These love triangles, they are not so black and white.
But our lives depend on gaiety, extravagance, freedom. You're postulating that I expunge these things from my system.
Pretend to cross the street to meet a friend who's waving wildly, huh? Now, you would never cross the street if there were cars speeding down it, would you?
If it were Charles, I might take the chance. My feelings of seeing Charles at that train station, where he waved his little wave so proudly, his dining manners, his trench coat, are indescribable. You see, I love a vodka at 3 in the morning after a night of lovemaking. The secret locations, oh, the foreign hotels, hidden key, the scent of the roses that he sent to me upon my arrival.
This is not called love, Elizabeth. This is called intoxication.
Ooh, but the vodka was premium. The roses smelled sweet.
But the morning dissolves the intoxication, does it not, class? Huh? However, the romantic fantasy will not hide this neurotic attachment to want which you cannot have.
I can't let him go!
You're furious he's available to his wife.
What if I told you that this intoxication made me feel in control and marvelous, and that all these years of secrets filled me with inspired passion? Why do you find that so dangerous?
Our sessions are developing nicely, but soon I must be unavailable. This dream of this church and this carnage and this island is using your short story to show this love triangle blown to smithereens must finish. Now, I must travel to promote my new book publication. Your dream and I must go. So, you are calm, yes?
Calm? Calm? You're my stability. I rely on you. You know that I have a meeting with my publisher next week, and she's a pill. Please, Dr. Freud, don't tell me you're unavailable.
Be proud of yourself that you're coming into awareness by understanding these messages in your dreams. Now, many apologies for my traveling schedule, but some amount of traveling is always necessary to promote a new book publication.
Come on, spare one visit next week. I'm in great need.
I care for all patients.
You live in a public world, as do I. You must understand loneliness.
Yes, our professions do require a bit of resignation to our predicament as public figures.
But if we can't be ourselves in public, we need consolation.
We live in glass houses.
Mine is shattered.
No. This isn't anxiety over his lack of commitment to divorce and marry you, huh? This dream isn't your guidance whenever you refuse to accept that the reality, Elizabeth, will come through to you in your dreams.
Our time is up.
So, this meeting is no longer agreeable to you, huh? I still have 1/2 hour left on my watch. And I am very, very interested in hearing how your father's nervous collapse influences your attachment to unavailable men.
I forgot. I have a book signing at Earl's Court. Oh, completely forgot. Good night, Dr. Freud.
You're not going to like what I write about you in my book. self-centered, go maniacal, clinically speaking, completely over-logical. So, transfixed by this romantic fantasy, she returns to her lover, her narcissistic lover, again and again and again, trying to fulfill his every desire. But what are these desires? Can they be satisfied by one woman? Mr. Point has arrived. Please come in. You are my next appointment.
Yes.
Mrs. Black. Forgive me, please. Have a seat to make yourself comfortable. You may lie down on the couch if you wish. So, Mrs. Black, how may I help you?
My husband Charles, I'm afraid, is having an affair.
How can you be certain that this is a fact?
I love my husband, but lately he seems so distant as if he's something on his mind. I made up my mind to come to London, where he's here on a semi-permanent assignment.
You came to London because you are unsure of his fidelity. So you believe he's having an affair here in London?
Yes. You see, in my native Canada, I had these dreams where he was always seeing this other woman. And then ever since I arrived in London, I'm having these dreams over and over again.
And these dreams, they disturb you, yes?
I'm no rabble-rouser. But last night, in the middle of the night, he accepted a telephone call. Ah! What a rap. I closed the door, pretending to be asleep. Elizabeth, he said, are you insane? You see, my Charles has a terrible distaste for emotions and scenes. He likes to keep his feelings underneath. He says that a man's feelings involve in his reasonings, and engaging in a useless argument is like running in front of a speeding car.
You see, affairs are like train wrecks. Without a steady, rational mind directing the train, we are at risk of going off the rails.
Dr. Freud, do you believe in love? I mean, when a woman like me is in love, and I mean it is so obvious that she is in love, that no other man could still her pounding heart, or her first kiss, or the excitement of seeing him get off that train, where he proudly waves that little wave, his trench coat. Could women be depressed because we love men more than we love ourselves?
The object of my work, my dear, is to make you conscious of the original reason for this attachment. Now, many wives, they suffer from attachment to unavailable men due to unresolved issues with their fathers.
Oh, my father was neat, not at all like Charles. But then Charles has this dashing way of wearing clothes without thought or reason into what looks perfect on him.
Psychoanalysis is not perfect, most especially when the client is in the heightened state of being in love. The best a psychiatrist can do for you is to help you understand the root of your suffering by making you aware of these messages that come in your dreams. Now, how did you feel about this woman in your dream?
Oh, such a terrible disregard she showed me for married women in my dream.
Do you believe she deserved to die, this woman?
Oh, he shot her. But then, I wouldn't blame Charles if he betrayed me. You see, growing up with no gracious mansion or money, Charles was my success. Oh yes, and a man with such brains and charm, he became a diplomat. Quite a catch for someone like me. I'm the envy of every duchess in London.
If I were to give you my pad and my pen, do you think you could draw a picture for me of this woman, the one in your dream?
Of course. Here?
So, this woman in your dream had curly black hair and wore many strands of pearls, huh?
Yes. Very beautiful.
Yeah. And the voice. Did you happen to hear a voice in your dream?
She sounded Irish.
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 Irish. See yourself standing on a street corner, huh? And see Charles waiting wildly for you to cross the street into the face of an oncoming car in your path. Now, do you decide to cross the street or you remain on the sidewalk?
Dr. Freud, I'm no ninny. I paid heavily for Charles's dalliances. Oh my goodness, life is too important to allow Is it not daring or thrilling to play the role of the dutiful wife when I know he's been unfaithful?
Of course. And who are we to not preserve our way of coping with emotional manipulation by men who insist on having it their own way, huh?
Precisely! Precisely! You see, Dr. Freud, write this down.
Yeah.
I am proud to be Mrs. Charles Black, no matter what the cost. And you're right not to push me at the risk of ending up with nothing. Write it down.
Well, unfortunately, these next 3 weeks must be a cancellation as I am traveling to promote my new book publication. I hope this is not a rudeness to you, Zoe.
No, very exciting. Season of rain. You know, I think I'll go and have a spot of English tea. Or maybe I'll have some premium vodka. Good night, Dr. Freud.
Two women who share the same dream must now face their lie. Or one woman must face her truth of a selfish and narcissistic husband by sacrificing her entire own identity. Who will emerge at the end? The mistress, the wife,